Bleach Thousand Year Blood War episode 42, Son of Darkness, is here. And I thought episode 41 had a lot of anime original content, but this episode basically said, yeah, we are not stopping. And obviously, the biggest hype moment is Urahara's Bankai finally being animated. Like, this man has been in Bleach since almost the beginning, always acting like he knows everything, always smiling, like he has 5 backup plans in his pocket, and now near the end of the entire series, we finally get to see his Bankai. And honestly, Kannon Biraki Benihime Aratame looked creepy in the best way possible. I really liked how the anime made the Bankai reveal feel almost horror-like. It wasn't just a big flashy power-up. Benihime appeared like this giant stitched up figure coming out from the darkness, and it fits Urahara perfectly because his Bankai is not just some big attack, go boom. It literally restructures things. Urahara can use it to fix himself, change his body, tear things apart, stitch things back together, and even create paths through Askin's gift ball deluxe. Basically, it is the most Urahara ability possible. But the crazy thing is, even after finally using Bankai, Askin still feels dangerous. Askin's gift ball deluxe is basically him saying, "Welcome to my toxic room, good luck breathing bro." He can adjust the lethal dose of things inside that space, and even Urahara is struggling because Askin is not the type of villain who just loses because someone got a new form. This guy adapts, talks too much, gets beaten up, and somehow still makes you feel like he's winning. And then Grimmjow comes in and just rips out his heart. That was such a Grimmjow thing to do. No dramatic speech, no deep strategy from his side, just pure I was waiting for my turn and now your chest is open. But what makes it even better is that it still feels like Urahara planned everything. He did not just rely on his Bankai, he created an opening from inside Askin's space so someone could attack from the outside. That is the most Urahara way to win a fight. But before we go fully into Ichigo vs Yhwach, I really want to talk about that anime original Orihime and Tatsuki flashback at the start of this episode. At first it looks like a simple school trip where Orihime is looking at a flower, but the flower she is looking at is a Gloriosa flower. And this is actually interesting because this flower has been connected to Ichigo before in the Thousand Year Blood War opening and ending visuals of Cour 1. The Gloriosa is also called the Glory Lily or Flame Lily, and its meaning is usually connected to things like glory, bravery, and passion. Even visually, it has this bright flame-like shape, so when Orihime says it reminds her of Ichigo, it actually makes a lot of sense, because Ichigo's whole character is about protecting people. Even his name can be connected to the idea of protecting one thing. He is someone who keeps throwing himself into impossible fights because there are people he wants to protect. And Orihime thinking about that flower as something warm, bright and shining its light on everything around it is honestly a really nice way to show how she sees Ichigo. But what I like even more is that this scene is not here just to say Orihime likes Ichigo. We already know that. It connects directly to what happens later, because in this episode, Orihime is not just watching Ichigo fight, she's actually standing beside him against Yhwach. And yeah, they're fighting literal Soul King Yhwach, who is a literal god. So obviously her shields are not going to magically win the battle, but the point is that she is there with him. She is helping him move forward, blocking attacks, creating openings and finally fighting beside him instead of only being someone Ichigo has to save. Then we get to Yhwach calling Ichigo his son of darkness, which is where the title of the episode comes from. And this whole scene just has the final boss energy. Yhwach is not even fighting like a normal person anymore, he's just sitting there throwing out his Black Soul King powers, talking like everything has already been decided. But while Ichigo is facing Yhwach, the anime keeps cutting back to Uryu vs Haschwalth. And once again, this is where the anime original content gets really interesting. Uryu is still trying to figure out the Almighty. He knows Haschwalth can see the future, so he tries to attack in a way where even if Haschwalth sees it coming, he still cannot fully avoid it. And honestly, that is way more interesting than just saying, future sight is broken, fight over. But then Haschwalth basically says, "You thought you understood the Almighty? Huh? Cute." And we get this new anime original transformation where black Reiatsu covers him, his eyes change and those blue almighty like eyes appear around him. This does not exist in the manga, and that is huge because once again the anime is giving Haschwalth way more presence as an endgame threat. He was important in the manga, but the parts of his fight with Uryu felt like they needed more time. Here the anime is clearly building him up properly, and I really love this addition. So overall, episode 42 had 3 big things going for it. Urahara's Bankai was the hype moment, Orihime's flower scene and the expanded role that made Ichigo vs Yhwach fight feel more emotional, and Haschwalth's new almighty form proved that Cour is still not afraid to add major new material. Because if the anime keeps doing this, then Bleach TYBW is not just adapting the final arc anymore, it is giving the manga ending the breathing room it always needed. So yeah, Urahara's Bankai was insane. Askin is still annoying in the best way, Grimmjow did Grimmjow things, Orihime finally got to stand beside Ichigo properly, and Haschwalth might be way more dangerous than manga readers expected. So let me know what your favorite part was. Urahara's Bankai, Grimmjow ripping out Askin's heart, Orihime helping Ichigo, or Haschwalth's new almighty form. And should I keep doing this Bleach Anime versus Manga Files every week? Make sure to leave a like and drop your thoughts on this episode. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.